time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause Black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
Hey y'all, we're back with another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast, and this week it's just Myra and I rocking with y'all. And we just wanted to do something short and sweet, and as usual, Myra comes through with the topics. And so she talked about what's the last book that I read, and I'm gonna let her go first because she seems like she seems like the book that she read
It's gonna be me.
it just seems like the book that you read was just lit. So I want to hear about it.
Well, y'all, I love Spotify because I listened to my book. I did not read it because these long car commutes, Donika, I've been having that long car commute. It's so much easier to listen to a book. And so I listened to Elaine Wentworth, which was the founder of the Teen Vogue Summit. She was like the first Black editor at Teen Vogue. I listened to her book and it is so good. It's called More Than Enough. And I think it's perfect timing that I listened to the book because she talks about the state of the world when Donald Trump was first becoming president and like her journey as just a Black person navigating these white filled spaces and dating Black men and like what that was like during the time of George Floyd. She just documents all these things and documents her journey to getting to where she was. And I loved it because like y'all, I love a good biography. And just side note, I'm a really big Trina fan, Trina the rapper. And her book is not good. And I hate to say that because I thought it was gonna be so good, but Trina's book is not it, y'all. Like, I didn't know she came from a life of privilege. I
She
guess
got
I
some
went into it
privilege?
expecting a life of privilege, yes.
Wait,
Like
a lack of privilege?
no, a life of privilege. Like
Really?
privilege. Yes. Cause her
Oh,
mom her mom made sure she stayed with a man who had money. And so they always lived a good life. And so I think I went into it expecting struggle. So let me rewind back a little bit. I'm in my biography era right now. So I started off listening to Eve's book, which is 10 out of 10. Eve is a good
ooh.
storyteller. Her book is amazing. It made me want to go read DMX's book. So I went from reading Eve's to Trina's, and after the first chapter, I was like, I'm done. I'm not listening to this. I can't do it. So I was like, what is my next book gonna be? And I don't want to listen to no white man talk about their life. So I was like, let me check out Elaine. And like that was a good another pickup because it's not a life of struggle as far as like she grew up upper middle class. But for her to be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life, and was like, I got an idea, and she followed through with it, and she surpassed the idea of her stepping into the fashion world. So yeah, if I could suggest a good book, it's gonna be that Eve, and it's gonna be Elaine, and don't check out Trina's. Maybe check it out a little bit. If you like Michelle Obama's book, I think you'll like Trina's book. I don't like Michelle Obama's book.
Whoa.
Yeah. What? That
so much, so much little subtle shade. Oh my!
is not
If you
shade.
like
It's just
Michelle Obama's book, you'll like Trina's book is
because
wild.
Michelle Obama's book put me to sleep. I could not do it. I don't want to hear about your life of luxury. Like, it was not giving what I thought it was going to give.
But dang, it's kind of messed up because it's like, dang, why come Black women can't have a life of luxury, even if it seems like they didn't grow up in that? Why is that the narrative that has to be put together? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get what you're saying because thinking of Trina the baddest, I would think too. They're like, oh yeah, she came from the struggle, Miami, what's the Dade County,
Yeah,
uh,
they county up.
so I mean, that's what you would think. But dang, why? I mean, that's kind of nice to know that she grew up in a little, some privileges. Good for her.
But okay, let me rewind back. It's not that I want to hear about Black women struggling. I want to hear a narrative about how you got to where you were. Like I want to hear more of the backstory. Whereas her story was like, yeah, because she's from the Bahamas. We came here from the
She's from the
Bahamas.
Bahamas,
She's from the Bahamas, yeah. And so they moved to Miami because it's still near the Bahamas. So she's like,
right?
yeah, my family would come together and they loved each other. And I was like, where are we going with this? Like, it was moving
Like,
too slow for me also.
how did you get to rapping in general, and
Yeah, I want to hear about how you became Trina. Like, where did that come from? And she just
why
talked about how
that
they used to go
connects with the music?
shopping and stuff. And yeah, it was.
I mean, wait, hold on. That connection, like her music being very sexual, kind of makes me think about the mom
Mm.
looking for like the rich men and probably that.
Oh,
See, I just did something for her. I need to
yeah.
be on the team.
You need to be her publicist because the book, like I said, and it's crazy because I was supposed to go to her book signing, but I was like, I don't feel like really going. After I listened to the book, I should have not did that because I
Yeah, a book
set out
signing.
the book signing. I bought the ticket and everything, but then once I heard the book, I was like, this is not it.
Dang.
Yeah. So I'm not
Dang.
suggesting, which all my friends are shocked because I know Trina like the back of my hand, but no. Mm-mm.
That's fair. We get to say that. You know, we don't have to like all the things, and
We
uh,
don't, and that's okay.
that's okay. I still haven't done the audiobook piece. I still haven't listened to any books. I am a tangible. I like it in my hand. I'm gonna try it eventually because I actually do think I am gonna like it, especially because, like you saying, being able to drive and move around, clean up, do the things, and listen to a book, it doesn't sound bad. But right now, tangible book still. And so the last book I read was 50 Cents, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, which is actually an older book. It's not like it's new, but I don't know what made me buy it. I guess I was on Amazon and it was a few different books I was looking at, and he does pop up all the time. I've heard so many things about this book. So I was like, let me just buy it. I read that thing so quick, y'all. Like it's so good, and it's good because it's like 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson is so authentic, and like even like he accepts in his flaws, like he calls himself out, but he calls, as y'all know, he calls people out too. But to see him in this light of like he's very very like strategic, like everything that he does is like for a reason. Like anything that you could say that 50 Cent has done, if you ask him, at least it's not gonna be like, I don't know what I was doing, I just did it. Like, no, that man has a plan, and he just really just gives like insight to how to literally hustle harder and smarter. But he even like highlights that a lot of times with books, you don't get everything. You don't remember everything and retain it all. But even if you pick up on one thing, then that means it's a good book. And so, I mean, I think with his book, I picked up on a whole lot. But the biggest thing I'm thinking of is like it's always something to be learned. You don't know everything. And because of that, you do need to be in other spaces. Like we get comfortable in our spaces and just stand with the same people and stand in the same types of vibes. But it's like, yeah, like we need to get away from that and be able to expand in other places and talk to different people that you might feel like you wouldn't be comfortable or be familiarized with them, but you just learn so much from people who are out of your circle. And so that's the biggest thing I got from it. But it was so many little tips. um I don't think 50 Cent is still not a person I would be like friends with. Like I can see
I would love
like,
him to mentor me though.
you
Mentor
know, exactly, yeah,
me.
something like that where it's like I'm not around you all the time, but I listen to you and I can, like you said, take some tips and dips and like get out. But I can't be around him all the time because he is condescending and he be knowing too many stories. He's not about to use me in one of these books because he uses so he uses so many people around him to tell a story, which is the best when you actually have a real life scenario. But you're not about to use me as an example of, you know, why something doesn't work out or whatever. Don't use me, 50 Cent. So him as a person, like being around him, and I probably would want him to be like a friend. But like you saying, a mentor, or like every now and then you see him or something, like, okay. And yeah, just give me the little tips and stuff. But the book was fire. It's easy
Yes.
read. So I encourage anybody, it doesn't matter like who you are, you can get something from this book.
Yes, yes. And I think that's a good segue. Like, I know you don't want to get into talking about like thankfulness and things like that, but I do want to share like a random act of just like kindness and like goodness. And it's funny because remember how I had DM'd you and I was like, does your dance sister work at Sephora? Girl, she literally made my day. So when I go to the mall, I go with a purpose, especially in the Fox Hills Mall. I literally be running through that mall because I do not want to see nobody I grew up with that's down bad and we got to have a conversation. Like, literally,
Not
I be
that.
running through that mall. So I go with a purpose and I purposely go on a Monday because nobody's at this mall. But this particular day I went to Sephora and I was like, you know what? I need to get a new foundation because I love my Bobbi Brown, but I wanted to try something different. And so I was telling her, and she was telling me about Fenty. And I was like, yeah, I don't really do like Fenty. And she was like, it's not just you that feels that way. And so she was putting me on to like all this new makeup. And y'all, when I tell you, when I go to Sephora, I'm not one of those girls that go in there with a cart full of stuff. I go for my one item and leave. This lady had me spending all types of money, and it was because of the service she provided, like the kindness. Like literally, I was like, yeah, I'm not really liking how my face is looking here and there. She took her time, found the correct foundation for me, even though we went through multiple shades, showed me how to apply it, then was like, you know what, I helped somebody else and I was thinking about you and I feel like this is something I need to teach you how to do. Showed me like the lip gloss I should be using, and my daughter can use it because it's vegan, it's kid friendly. Had me buying all types of stuff, and then she proceeds to tell me because it's a line formed, and I was like, I don't want to wait in line. Come over here, I'm gonna ring you up. Had me cut the entire line for her to ring me up. So I say all that to say, like, there are good people that still exist, and I did not make the connection that that was your dance partner, and I've met her multiple times. But yes, she literally like made my day, like to the point where I'm like, if I'm going to the mall, I need to talk to her. I don't want to talk to me, y'all. I need to talk to her. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I'm so glad you got to experience that. And Levi is really a beautiful soul, like genuinely. Brittany as well. So Brittany and Levi, those are our coaches at Romance and Dance. We got like a little twerk, which we call it the Hot Girls. It's actually really a dance team. It's not even just twerk because we dance and we doing all types of stuff. But they, you know how like you meet people and they almost feel like the popular girls because they've danced with the celebrities. They do all type of stuff. They like some dope LA girls. But they actually really cool people. Sometimes those types of people be like stuck up. They don't be genuine. It's not real. But like what you experience with Levi, like you said, is like there really are good people. That's really who she is. Like which
That
is
is so good to hear because at first I was like, is this real? But then I was like, oh no, she's serious.
that is who she is. Like it doesn't matter because fair enough, you know, when you at these types of jobs, you get commission and stuff. But even if Levi didn't get commission, that is how she would treat you. Like that is her person. So I'm glad you got to experience that. Um, because yeah, she's dope. She's dope, and there are a lot of dope people out here.
Yeah.
That's why I can't go to that store. I know she gonna get all my money. Mm-mm.
Girl, putting me onto all types of products. Because at first she would present something, I'd be like, yeah, I don't really like that. And she'd be like, oh, I got something for you. And I was like, oh no, you're supposed to say I don't got nothing. And then have my friend buying stuff too. And we had even whispered, like, what is going on today? Like, why are people so nice? And you could tell she genuinely was like that. So I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this week's episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. We hope y'all are enjoying this season, whatever it's looking like for you. And we will see y'all again soon.